welcome. This is the Town of Woodbridge Board of Police Commissioners, a special meeting, Wednesday, May 25th, starting the meeting at 6:15. And all the commissioners are present, so we're set to go. First order of business is asking for approval of the prior minutes from our April 22nd meeting.
Move the minutes.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Great. You'll note that we do have two executive sessions with a variety of personnel matters. So we will be going into executive session at 2 points today. Those could well take a variety of a bunch of time. I'd like to try and keep things on track from a time standpoint, so I appreciate everybody's assistance in trying to keep things moving along. With that said, I'd like to make a motion to go into executive session so that for discussion of personnel matters regarding conduct of interview for administrative assistant candidates.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Or votes were taken. I'd like to reconvene the Police Commission Board. Should we have some follow-up on the candidates that we just finished interviewing?
So I move that we extend an offer of employment to Ms. Tweedle.
So there's been a motion to make an offer to
Miss
Tiffany
Tweedy.
Tweedy as the administrative assistant, and a second by Hank. And this would be, if we all vote in favor, would be pending her pre-employment physical to extend such an offer. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Thank you all.
Okay, now I'll entertain-
Excellent.
make a motion to, I'd like to make a motion to hire Alex Warner as a police officer.
Second.
And again, Alex Weiner is, would still be required to pass his pre-employment physical before the offer would be valid if we choose to vote favorably for him. So to that end, there's a motion, a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you all.
Great. Well, thank you, Chief, thank you, Deputy Chief, thank you, Janice, for enabling us, and of course the Personnel Committee. It's great that we have a new officer potentially pending physicals and a replacement, Janice, since your retirement's coming up June 30th. Great,
Okay.
moving on the agenda, doesn't appear that there's anybody here for public comment. Did we receive anything in the way of correspondence?
Nope, we're good.
Hearing none, we'll turn things over for review of reports, beginning with financial report, Chief.
So with the financial report, we're currently just 10 and a half months approximately as we make our way through this fiscal year. And currently we're at approximately 78% of our budget expended so far. Since we met last month, there's been no significant budget impacts or changes in our funding. Expenditures remain consistent as to what we previously reported, and overall we remain well within where we should be at this time, and on target to finish within budget.
Great.
Nothing else on the budget?
I take a motion to
Make a
approve
motion
the
to accept
financial report.
the financial report as reported by the chief.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
And now the activity report.
From the criminal side, you have your monthly incident statistical report. just two quick incidents of special interest that occurred last month. We had two burglaries. One occurred at a commercial office establishment on Amity Road that was forcibly entered, and electronic equipment and other valuables were stolen. And then we also had a residential burglary that occurred during the evening hours at a residence on Wedgewood Drive that was also forcibly entered, and both of those remain under investigation. We had one stolen motor vehicle incident, which began in New Haven, and the vehicle attempted to flee. It became disabled during the early morning hours and went up into the Tumblebrook Road area. People fled from the vehicle. Officers were able to make an arrest on that. It was a town resident. He was arrested for appropriate charges associated with that, and also he had a legal possession of a weapon in a motor vehicle. And just quickly on the ISU report, during the month of April, ISU assumed 13 new cases. Some of the special interests of those, they executed a search warrant in New Haven associated with an investigation into another motor vehicle from our town, and that resulted in the recovery of a firearm during that, and an arrest was made. They were involved with that stolen car that I just mentioned that ended up on Tumblebrook. They assisted with a possible sexual assault investigation, and they assumed the two burglaries that we recently had and processed the scenes with those, and they continue to perform background investigations on potential new candidate applicants that we've been receiving. And I'll turn the activity report over for traffic to the Deputy Chief.
So during the month of April, the department made 170 motor vehicle stops, which is a 110% increase from March. A lot of that was due to our distracted driving campaign. We conducted radar speed enforcement on 321 occasions and deterrent traffic safety patrols on 325 occasions. There were 17 motor vehicle accidents during the month of April, which is a 35% decrease from March. A further breakdown, 3 of these accidents had injuries, 14 no injuries. Our speed trailer was located on Johnson Road and Field Road, Newton Road just north of Amity Regional High School, and Seymour Road and Rock Hill Road. We also conducted a traffic study on Newton Road. And that's it for the traffic report.
Great. Any pressing questions on anybody's part? Otherwise, sounds like a good and thorough report. Thank you. I'll take a motion to approve the activity report.
Motion.
Second. All in favor?
Thank you.
Thank you. Chief, look to a quick report update.
So two updates. The first one is pertaining to Woodbridge Animal Control. So the Deputy Chief and I continue working through the various logistics and continue to make good progress and move forward with the transition of animal control to the police department. Our animal control officers are now writing and submitting case reports electronically and through our records management system, as similar as our police officers are doing. They've also been issued portable radios, enabling them to be in contact directly with our dispatchers and officers as necessary, and with each other as well, which is an enhancement of both their operations and also their safety. They're now submitting monthly activity logs, summarizing their actions, and the Deputy Chief pretty much has the lead on their operations, and he'll be able to fill in a bit more about where we are with the transition process.
Yeah, just briefly, we've instituted a activity log to keep track as to what's actually transpiring there. So during the month of April, they handled 129 calls for service. That was broken down to 76 calls in Woodbridge, 11 in Bethany, 5 in Beacon Falls, 37 in Seymour. They took enforcement action by issuing 3 infractions and 1 verbal warning during the month. We also impounded 39 animals during the month of April, 22 dogs, 17 cats. 4 animals were adopted, 3 dogs, 1 cat, and the animal control officer submitted 17 written reports during the month of April. So I think we made significant progress in a month or a month and a half, and we're continuing to make progress.
And I think you ought to be commended on the speed in which you were able to put this in motion.
Thanks.
Absolutely.
I mean,
It's come a
100%.
long
I appreciate
way.
it. Things are moving at lightning speed, and, you know, what we're touching on is just some of the basics, but there's been quite a big difference in operations at the animal control division. There's still a long way to go. There's still a lot of things that we're doing. We've written a few policies. We've had numerous meetings. It's definitively improved since we took it.
And
How
at
are your
some-
weekend telephone calls doing?
I'll show you my log. It's not good.
and at some point, you're gonna have like an activity report.
Yeah, well, this was an activity report that I've submitted to Tony also, and he's appreciative because this helps with the budget.
Then will we get that at some point?
Yeah,
With our
I
packages?
could actually forward that to
Yeah,
you.
that'd be great, yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, total kudos to you and to the folks working on this, because we understood through many discussions how burdensome this could be, especially for improving the procedures and the way you discussed. That's a lot of work. It was always hard. So my question is there how is the burden going for you, Deputy Chief, and for the force? And second, is there anything we as a commission may need to be thinking about going forward in support of you all?
I'm spending quite a bit of time on it, which is not great, just in the fact that I have other responsibilities. However, I'm hoping once we get up and running, it almost could run, not necessarily by itself, but I'm not going to have all of the issues that I have right now. But right now, there's quite a bit going on, from personnel issues to medical issues, veterinary issues. There's just a lot of things transpiring that are all of utmost importance, and the animal control officers are contacting me regularly by phone and emailing me, and a good portion of my day spent doing that. So, I mean, it is what it is. Has to be done, because we've had some very big incidents, one in Seymour, another one, or both incidents in Seymour, which there's money involved, there's sick animals, there's decisions that, you know, have to be made, and we have to come up with plans on how we're gonna get better, how we can raise money. We're talking about donations, we're talking about donation policy. There's just a whole slew of items. But I'm hoping that with time, it's more self-sufficient.
Well, thank you. My own perspective is that it's good that you keep us informed of how that's going, and that going forward, it may not be till the next budget year, but it seems still obvious how much you need a full complement of officers, and this adds to that urgency.
Yeah, most definitely. And our goal is, you know, one vision that we have, and we talking to the volunteers and talking to some other people, is we want to make the animal control division someplace where people want to go, people want to volunteer. We have fundraisers where people can have fun, and we can donate, and we can utilize money for sick animals and things of that sort, and really be a well-oiled machine. And that's my vision for the place. But we have a ways to get there. I think we can.
Well, again,
We appreciate.
all the
what you've done.
commissioners are grateful for jumping in like you have and the progress to date, but we also appreciate that we've got a ways to go, and this is no small task. And appreciate the way you phrased that, Hank, in terms of being sure you know we're fully supportive, and whatever you need, please be sure that you keep us posted. All right?
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
And then the only other thing I wanted to update you was about the building situation, the asbestos issue that has been addressed. So since our last meeting, additional work was done by the professional contractors in our portion of the building over the weekend of May 10th and 11th. They addressed the asbestos issue at the remaining section of of the hallway out here, the pipe that extends the whole length of the hallway. On May 16th, they also finished in the training room lavatory. And at this point, the small hallway in the old Boy Scout room located behind us still remains off limits, but at this point, other than that, all sections in our building that are being used for daily operations have been deemed clear and safe.
Great.
So we're good with that. And that's all I have under my report.
If there are no further questions for the chief, I'd ask for a motion to approve the chief move. Second? All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you, chief.
I go.
Want to give us an update on personnel matters?
Yep, so we continue operating pretty much as I reported the last few months. Continue operating absent 2 officers who are out of work due to work-related injuries. We have the 1 officer who's been out for some time now, since November 2023. That still remains uncertain when he's going to return, or the status is still in the process of being handled between medical evaluations and insurance compensation, the town review, legal review. And our other officer continues his recuperation after being involved in an on-duty motor vehicle accident that occurred back in February. His anticipated return to date remains uncertain. Last month I had reported that we had received a report from the physicians that he was anticipated that he would return to work on May 12th. But since that, we've received another evaluation that his recuperation period has been extended, and he goes back for reevaluation, not for a bit yet, June 18th.
Got it.
And other than that, that's where we stand with it.
Any questions for the chief on those 2 officers? No? Well then, I'd like to now go back into the second executive session to discuss personnel matters, specifically regarding the chief of police retirement and personnel transition issues. I'm going to ask that just the commissioners stay. I'd like to ask the chief and the deputy to be available because I can imagine that we'd like you to join us after the commissioners have a chance to just chat amongst themselves. And otherwise, I would say we're now,
Need a motion to go in.
I need a motion to go into it.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we're now in executive. In the special meeting of the Woodbridge Police Commission, Wednesday, May 21st. And there was a discussion around the personnel matter of the chief of police retirement and personnel transition. No votes were taken, and now that we are back in regular session, I don't believe there's any further business, and so I will entertain a motion to adjourn this meeting.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Thank you.
Ordinarily, we'd be going into traffic authority as our next order of business and meeting. I think in light of the hour and the small agenda and update, we will postpone that until our June meeting. And with that, I would say thank you, everybody, for your time, inputs, attention. It's a delight that we were able to have potential offers for a new officer, an administrative assistant. So big success this evening. Thank you all.
Thank
Good
you.
night.
Thank you.
Good night.